Procrastination, that devious little habit that whispers not today as you mindlessly scroll instead of conquering goals. It's fear masquerading as laziness, paralyzing us from chasing dreams. Well, no more. It's time to slay the procrastination dragon and embrace a life of productivity, balance, and sweet, sweet accomplishment. Buckle up and get ready to transform from a procrastination pro into an unstoppable, goal-crushing machine. We're diving into the secrets of discipline, hustle, and prioritizing joy. Are you ready to finally kick procrastination's ass and start living your best life? Then let's go! Chapter 1: Morning Routine. Let's be real here. Procrastination is like that annoying friend who keeps whispering in your ear, "Nah, you can do this tomorrow. Netflix and chill today." But deep down, we all know that's just a recipe for regret and a whole lot of self-loathing. It's time to show that little voice who's boss and embrace the morning magic that'll have you feeling like a productivity superhero. We've all been there, hitting the snooze button a gazillion times, only to rush out the door with a granola bar in hand and a whole lot of chaos in our minds. But what if I told you that a simple shift in your morning routine could be the game changer you've been searching for? Imagine waking up just an hour earlier than usual, with no work pressure looming over you. You stretch, take a few deep breaths, and maybe even squeeze in a quick meditation sesh. Then, it's off to the gym for an endorphin-boosting sweat session that will have you feeling like $1,000,000. Or, if you're more of a bookworm, curl up with a good read and let those pages transport you to another world. After that mental reset, it's time to fuel up with a nutritious breakfast that will keep you going strong until lunchtime. We're talking avocado toast, a hearty bowl of oats, or a protein-packed yogurt parfait. None of that sugary cereal nonsense that will have you crashing harder than the stock market. Look, I get it. Mornings can be rough. But trust me when I say that establishing this routine will be like unlocking a secret superpower. You'll feel more focused, energized, and ready to tackle whatever the day throws your way. And the best part? You'll be too busy being a productive badass to even entertain those pesky procrastination gremlins. So, how can you make your morning routine more engaging and relatable? Start by being brutally honest with yourself about your current habits and what's not working. Maybe you're a night owl who struggles to wake up early, or perhaps you've fallen into a rut of skipping breakfast the night before. Maintaining a healthy morning routine is all about finding what works for you and sticking to it. Sure, there will be days when you hit the snooze button one too many times or grab a donut on the way to work. But don't beat yourself up, just get back on the track the next day. And speaking of healthy breakfast options, there are plenty of delicious and nutritious choices to fuel your morning. Overnight oats, Greek yogurt with fresh fruit and nuts, or a veggie-packed omelette are all great options that will keep you feeling satisfied and energized until lunchtime. So, what are you waiting for? Set that alarm, lace up those sneakers, and get ready to embrace the morning magic that will have you feeling like an unstoppable force of nature. Because let's be real, the only thing standing between you and your goals is you. And this new routine is about to show that inner procrastinator who's really in charge. Chapter 2: Conquering the Workday. Alright, now that you've conquered the morning routine and are feeling like a total boss, now it's time to enter the hustle zone, the place where dreams are made or crushed by endless scrolling and procrastination. Fear not, my friend, for we're about to equip you with the tools to slay that to-do list like a productivity ninja. Let's be real, saying you're gonna work all day is about as effective as trying to lose weight by eating a whole pizza. It's a vague promise that's bound to leave you feeling burnt out and unaccomplished. Instead, it's time to embrace the power of focused productivity bursts. Imagine breaking your day into manageable chunks, each with a specific task and time limit. No more infinite sense of time that leads to endless procrastination. We're talking color-coded calendars, time blocking like a boss, and dancing to the beat of your own productivity drum. And let's not forget your new bestie, the Pomodoro technique. This little gem will have you working in 25-minute sprints, followed by a well-deserved break. It's like interval training for your brain, keeping you focused and energized throughout the day. But Pomodoro isn't the only time management technique in town. You could also try the flow time technique, which involves batching similar tasks together for maximum efficiency, or the Eisenhower matrix, which helps you prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency. But here's the real kicker. This isn't about rigid, robotic productivity. It's about finding a balance that works for you. Maybe you're a morning person who crushes tasks before noon, or perhaps you hit your stride in the evening hours. Either way, it's about playing to your strengths and allowing for flexibility. So, how do you make this work? Start by writing down your top priorities, the urgent, the important, and the low-hanging fruit. Then, sprinkle in some rewards to keep yourself motivated. Look, we've all been there, staring at a never-ending to-do list, feeling overwhelmed and ready to throw in the towel. But here's the thing, by breaking your day into manageable chunks and focusing on one task at a time, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. And let's not forget the power of baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your productivity empire won't be either. But by consistently showing up and putting in the work, you'll be well on your way to crushing your goals and living your best life. Now, what about those long-term projects that seem to stretch on forever? That's where the art of staying motivated comes into play. Set yourself mini milestones and celebrate each one along the way. Surround yourself with a support system that will keep you accountable and inspired. And remember, it's okay to take breaks. Burnout is real and self-care should always be a priority. Speaking of self-care, let's talk about finding that elusive work-life balance. It's all about setting boundaries and sticking to them. Maybe you implement a strict no work after 8 p.m. policy, or perhaps you schedule in regular self-care activities like yoga or a weekly massage. Whatever it is, make sure you're carving out time for the things that nourish your soul and keep you feeling grounded. So, what are you waiting for? Grab that color-coded calendar, set your Pomodoro timer, or whichever time management technique floats your boat, and get ready to slay the day like a productivity boss. Because let's be real, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is a little bit of focus, a whole lot of hustle, and the willingness to prioritize your well-being along the way. Chapter 3, Supercharge your productivity. Alright, now you've nailed the morning routine and have mastered the art of the workday hustle. But now it's time to take things to the next level with some serious productivity hacking. We're talking about prepping like a boss, banishing those pesky decision-making moments, and creating a well-oiled machine that will have you crushing goals left and right. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, motivation. Motivation is a fickle beast. One minute you're firing on all cylinders, and the next you're questioning why you even bother. But fear not, my friend, for that's where discipline comes in. It's the secret sauce that will keep you on track when motivation takes a nosedive. Now, let's talk about prepping like a pro. We're not just talking about meal prepping, although kudos if you got that down. We're talking about creating a weekly roadmap that will take the guesswork out of your days. Color-coded calendars, time blocking like a boss, you know the drill. But here's the real kicker. Commit to joyous evenings. Whether it's using a fancy app or good old-fashioned pen and paper, keeping tabs on your goals and progress is a surefire way to stay motivated and accountable. Look, we've all been there, staring at a never-ending to-do list, feeling overwhelmed and ready to throw in the towel. But here's the thing. By prepping like a pro and hacking your productivity, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. And let's not forget the power of self-care. Sure, we're all about the hustle, but burnout is real, and mental health should always be a priority. So, whether it's taking a day off to recharge or scheduling in regular breaks, make sure you're prioritizing your well-being. Now, let's circle back to those moments when motivation takes a nosedive. That's when you need to rely on discipline to steer the ship. It's about saying no to your urges and taking control of your life, one habit at a time. And trust me, once you start seeing the results, that motivation will come roaring back. But what if the traditional calendar and color coding system just isn't your jam? No worries, fam. There are plenty of other ways to create a weekly roadmap that works for you. Maybe you're more of a visual learner, in which case a vision board or a good old-fashioned whiteboard could be your new best friend. Or perhaps you're a tech-savvy wizard, in which case there are a plethora of productivity apps out there that will help you map out your week with ease. Speaking of apps, let's talk about making your habit tracker more engaging and relatable. Sure, you could just tick off boxes like a robot, but where's the fun in that? Why not gamify the whole experience by setting up rewards or challenges for yourself? Or better yet, get your friends or family involved and turn it into a friendly competition. Nothing like a little healthy rivalry to keep you motivated. But let's be real, watching motivational videos can only take you so far. Sometimes you need to dig a little deeper and find that inner fire that will keep you going, even when the going gets tough. That's where journaling comes in handy. By exploring your fears, doubts, and aspirations on paper, you'll be able to uncover the root of what's holding you back and develop a game plan to overcome it. And speaking of tracking habits and goals, why not get a little creative with it? Sure, apps are great, but there is something to be said for the tactile experience of a good old-fashioned bullet journal or vision board. Not only will it keep you accountable, but it will also serve as a visual reminder of just how far you've come and how much you've accomplished. Finally, let's talk about making your weekly roadmap more flexible and adaptable to those unexpected curveballs life loves to throw our way. Because let's be real, no matter how much we plan and prep, things are bound to come up that throw a wrench in our carefully crafted schedules. That's why it's important to build in some wiggle room, whether it's leaving a few time slots open for emergencies or simply adopting a more fluid, go with the flow mindset. So, what are you waiting for? Grab that color-coded calendar, or vision board, or productivity app, or whatever floats your boat. Fire up your habit tracker and get ready to hack your way to productivity nirvana. Because let's be real, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is a little bit of prep work, a whole lot of discipline, and the willingness to prioritize your joy and well-being along the way. Last but not least, Chapter 4, the balancing act. Alright, productivity ninjas, we've covered the morning hustle, the workday grind, and all the hacks to keep you firing on all cylinders. But let's be real, what's the point of all that hard work if you don't take the time to actually enjoy life? That's right, we're talking about the balancing act that will keep you sane, fulfilled, and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. We've all been there, burning the midnight oil, fueled by nothing but caffeine and sheer determination, only to crash and burn a few days later. But here's the thing, that's no way to live. Sure, we're all about the hustle, but we're also about savoring the little joys that make life worth living. Imagine this, you've just crushed another productive day, ticking off tasks left and right like a boss. But instead of immediately diving into the next item on your to-do list, you take a moment to pause and reflect. You grab your trusty journal and jot down your wins, your struggles, and your aspirations for the days ahead. It's a simple act, but one that will keep you grounded, accountable, and motivated to keep pushing forward. And then, as the evening rolls in, you embrace a cozy routine that's all about winding down and recharging. Maybe it's a steaming cup of tea and a good book, or perhaps it's a Netflix binge session with your favorite snacks. Whatever it is, it's your sacred time to disconnect from the hustle and reconnect with yourself. Look, we've all been there, that moment when you're sitting at your desk, staring at the clock, and wondering if it's too early for a mid-afternoon nap. But then you remember that cozy little coffee shop around the corner, the one with the comfy armchairs, and the heavenly aroma of freshly brewed Java. Suddenly, the prospect of powering through that report doesn't seem so daunting. Or maybe you're a night owl, and your productivity peak hits around 9 p.m. That's when you crank up your favorite tunes, light a scented candle, and settle in for a few hours of focused work, fueled by the knowledge that a warm bath and a good book await you. When it comes to that all-important good night routine, the possibilities are endless. Sure, Netflix and a good book are always solid choices, but why not mix it up with a relaxing yoga session or a luxurious bubble bath? You could even try your hand at some light meditation or journaling, reflecting on your day and setting intentions for the one ahead. But let's be real, sometimes even the most well-intentioned routine just isn't cutting it. That's when you need to get a little creative with your wind-down methods. Maybe it's a dance party for one in your living room, or perhaps it's a good old-fashioned phone call with your best friend, venting about the day's struggles and celebrating its wins. The point is, we're not machines. We're human beings with needs, desires, and a whole lot of life to live outside of our to-do lists. So, embrace those little moments of bliss, whether it's journaling about your wins, indulging in a cozy evening routine, or simply taking a few deep breaths and reminding yourself that you've got this. Because at the end of the day, when you bid adieu to another productive chapter, you'll do so with a smile, knowing that you've rocked it and earned your well-deserved rest. And that, my friends, is what true balance is all about. Whew, what a journey we've been on, my fellow productivity warriors. We've conquered the morning routine, slayed the workday grind, hacked our way to peak performance, and mastered the art of work-life balance. From waking up like a boss to embracing the power of focused productivity bursts, we've covered it all. And let's not forget the importance of prepping like a pro, tracking those habits, and finding those little pockets of joy that make the hustle worth it. But here's the real question. Have you truly unlocked your full potential? Are you living each day with intention, purpose, and a whole lot of hustle? Or are you still stuck in a cycle of procrastination, burnout, and unfulfilled dreams? If you're ready to take your productivity game to the next level, drop a comment below and share your biggest struggle or your most epic win. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. A tribe of go-getters, dream chasers, and unstoppable forces of nature. So what are you waiting for? The world is yours for the taking, and the only thing standing between you and your wildest ambitions is the willingness to take that first step. Let's do this, fam.